Hey guys, it's me. I am doing another Chronicles video, and you'll see that I've already pre-prepped the cards, and I'm going to do that going forward so it saves some time in the video. I put my strip of masking tape down, and I did a light coat of gesso just to kind of get, hide the tape a little bit and do a little bit in the background to cover up some of the wording in there. I have pulled this one. I have pulled for some of the collage in the background, just some black and white. Sometimes I typically like a lot of words and letters and stuff, so I just pulled some black and white for this one. The stencil I want to use is this one. I pulled this one. This is for Maremi Small Art. I like a lot of her designs. For the focal points, I fussy cut out. I had a piece of a calendar that I cut out some tidbits of flowers and leaves. So that's going to be our focal point image. And then I'm going to use some of my watercolor pencils, and I'm going to show you how I use those. I pulled out my watercolor paints that I'm going to use. Of course, the Rembrandt again. I have the light molding paste. This time I am going to use that. I got my trusty gel medium or matte medium. Some more gesso if I need it. I also pulled out my favorite Inkten Spark pencil. And I really like that. And my water brush. And then if I decide to pull anything else out, maybe my oil pastels, because I really love those. Yeah, so that's what I pulled out, and I'm just going to go ahead and get started right away. I'm not going to pause the video since I've got everything ready to go. I'm just going to go ahead and collage the bits down and get started. Let me get my brush here. And there's going to be no rhyme or reason to this again. I'm just putting paper down. I'm just tearing bits and pieces. It doesn't matter. Yeah. So, hope everyone's having a good day. It is Sunday here, the 19th. And it's cold here. It snowed, and it's been yucky. So I'm not liking that too much. So I hope that it's not too cold where you're at, or that you're at least having an okay time if it is. Your weather's not too bad. I know that the weather's been kind of crazy all over, so there's that. Check out my air bubbles. I don't mind that it's wrinkly, I just don't want air bubbles. You just don't want air bubbles, because then your work can pop up. Some of this is napkin, so that's kind of fragile. That's okay. Just gonna. Typically, I would use my clear gesso to put down the napkin, but because this is not, it's not a very big area and they're not very big pieces, it should be fine just with the matte medium. You can use matte medium, and I'm just quickly doing this, so it doesn't matter that that I'm using that. Typically, I usually do use clear gesso for my napkin work, because they're so delicate and you have to be really careful with them or they will rip. Because I usually tend to use a lot of napkins in my work, my collage work. They're good depending on what style they are for. You can use them for focal points and stuff like that. So if you watch a lot of my lives, you know that already. That I like to use napkins, I like to use tissue paper, I like to use rice paper. Yeah. So. Some of this is Tim Holtz tissue paper. His very first release a few years back. He has another release last year or the year before, and I have that. Some of that's this. And then he has a new release coming out, so I'm excited about the new paper coming. Yeah, lots of new stuff coming out. Creativation is going on right now, so I'm excited about seeing all the new products, and yeah, so that's exciting stuff. Yeah, good you're seeing. I'm going to make sure you guys are seeing what I'm doing here. Oops. It's definitely too much. Too much. That's okay. Probably another little piece, no. Little tidbits sometimes can come in handy. I want to reinforce this corner a little bit more there. Okay. Just gonna use what's on my brush so we don't waste, and I make sure everything is nicely adhered and it's got a good coat on it. Alright, so I am gonna go and dry this now, and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. So what I did off screen after I dried the collage layer is I put down a thin gesso, regular gesso water wash to knock it back a little bit, and then I put my clear gesso layer down to give it some ground for the watercolor. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to adhere down my flowers. Figure out where I want those. I like to be unique with my placement. Don't necessarily do the normal, I guess. I gotta be careful because the way the pieces that I had of the calendar, these were already on the straight edge, so I got to end those on the straight edge. So I might have those hang off of this guy somehow. So it doesn't matter, and I can just maybe if I put this guy like here, it would be in the middle. That's not really a good placement. So, oh, but I could put it like that. Okay, put this guy up here, and then put this guy up here. Cut it off more like that. Okay, that's not looking too bad. This guy, this is an extra leaf that I cut, so I might stick this. Let's see. Stick this in here. Give this girl an extra leaf there. Like that? No. Maybe we'll. Oh, no. Gotta figure out the right placement. Gotta kind of bring them together. Maybe something like that. They were on the same calendar. And you guys are probably screaming at me right now, put it there, put it there. Where do we want to put it, right? Maybe it needs to go down. Maybe it needs to point down. Pointing down is not too bad. Oh, maybe like that. Okay, I kind of like that. So I'm going to put these down, and then we'll go further. Okay, so let's move this back a little bit. I probably could have waited for the clear gesso. But I didn't. So yeah, you can use calendar pages. You can use anything for collage. You just have to watch. Like if you're gonna plan on selling your work, you can't use, you can't use copyrighted images, right? But this is just for us. This is just for us to, play around, do something in our, if you're doing a journal or, something like that, then you don't have to, it's okay to use whatever images, just, and if you, I don't mind, because if you're following somebody else's tutorial or work, make sure you give them credit. You guys don't have to give me credit here because I'm doing this, for you guys. I don't, you can give me credit. That would be great. I'd love to have more friends with us, so, but I don't, it's always nice to get credit. But at the same time, it's like, this is just for you guys. So, it's not like derivative work that you're going to be, I'm going to be worrying about copyright or anything like that. This is just quick little journal things, but it would be nice if you guys gave me credit. But just, my point is that if you're using images that are not yours, that are off the internet, they're not copyright free, just make sure that, you're not using somebody else's images without permission, or that you're not using copyright images for work that you're planning on selling. You just got to be careful of that. There are sites out there. There's Pixabay and what is that? There's another one that I use quite a bit, and I can't remember it offhand, but there's like 2 or 3 of them that I use. But I use Pixabay quite a bit. It's a free website. You have to set up an account, a free account with them. Yeah, if you do that, then you can use, they have a lot of people putting their pictures up there, their photos up there, and you don't have to worry about getting in trouble for using copyright images. So just be careful, you're doing work that's not in a journal, that you're watching out for copyright images, and not taking credit for something that's not yours. Because it's, somebody, worked hard to go and, they're the ones that went and got that image. These photographers, they go out and all the weather and traffic, and it's not easy being an artist of any type, so you can't be stealing somebody else's images. I still kind of got that one off, but I'm not going to pull it up now. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to cut a little bit of that off because it's crooked. Or, yeah, I'm just going to kind of take a little bit of that flower off, which is fine. It's wrinkled, which I don't mind the wrinkles, but I just kind of want it to, I don't need that much flower on there. I just want a little bit. Flowers, I like these organic flowers. from this. And it doesn't matter if it's in the crease, because when we fold it, it'll you know, open and close, you know, so that'll be fine. All right, so I'm gonna go. No, actually, before we do that, let me do a quick cover. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give this another. I do really like coats of the clear gesso. So I make sure I have ground. Again, I should have waited before I did the last one while I was off camera. But I want to make sure that these have a protected coat, you know, so they're protected from all the medium work, but yet the background is prepared for medium work. So clear gesso does that. Okay, so I'm going to cover those. I'm going to go back, or I'm going to go away, and I'm going to dry this, and then we'll come back and we'll do the stenciling. Okay, so I'll see you in just a moment. Okay, so now that I've dried that, let's see, I am going to bring in the light modeling paste. Get out my handy dandy, where the heck is it? Oh, here it is, my spatula, or what are these called? Yeah, it's not a trowel. I call it a spatula, but it's not. Yeah. You can get sets of these on Amazon or pretty much anywhere. And I'm just going to put little bits of this in places. Let's see, what do I want to put behind this rose? Maybe this one. Just a little bit here. There. Turn this around. Around again, and this will be good here. Yeah, let's do it again. Doesn't have to be perfect. That's good. Just a little bit of paste in there. All right, so I am gonna go and dry this, and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. So I dried up all my paste, and you'll see that I cut off all the edges, and we are ready to proceed. So I'm going to spray my watercolors here, and get out my brush. And spray my card here, just in between. Okay, and I think I'm going to use the Matter, or Rose, or Red, I think it's called, as my red. I think it'll go nice with the flowers. Maybe mix in a little bit of this orange that's already here. Does not matter. I don't care about that. Okay. Hey guys, it's that time of the week again. Oh. Okay, sorry about that. It was another one, the other video loading. Giving you guys an extra video this week. I'm gonna load this one as soon as I'm done loading that one. So I got some clean water. I was going to wait and do this for episode 3 for next week, but I think I'm gonna load this one now, give you guys an extra one this week, because I was late on the first one for this week, and then I will do another one for this coming week. So let's see, so I've got our pink and pinky red, sort of. And then let's do a green. Let's do, maybe we want a blue. You know what? Let's do that. Let's do, this one has a phthalo, what is it? Phthalo blue green shade. So let's do that. I think that'll be pretty with it. We'll just do a blue here. What that is on the palette. I have to wipe this palette down and clean it up for sure. I like this nice vibrant blue. I think that'll do. Yes, good bit of pink there. Okay. Oh yes, that's a nice vibrant blue. All right. So let's see where to start. Okay, so I've sprayed my page. You want good flow here. All right, so I'm going to start with. I think I'm going to start with the red or the pink, and I'm just going to see kind of where it goes. Let it. Oh God, let me bring this down a little bit so you guys are seeing everything. Some good flow here. Tip our paintbrush, let it's going to soak into the paste a little bit, which is good. Give some texture and take our paper towel and lift up where we don't want it. Let it flow. Time we're really dabbing the paint in, letting it flow. Soaking up any puddles. Don't want puddles. Then we're going to get our other brush and I'm going to kind of fade it out. Okay. I know it's looking very red right now, and that's going to change. Don't you worry. Lighten up some of these areas. Nice thing about watercolor is in most surfaces, you can lift and move, and depending on how long it's there, you know. I mean, if you once the paint particles soak into the paper, and definitely if it's a staining color, you don't have very much time, so you do have to be aware of you know, but it is a water soluble product, so you can work with it. You just got to be aware. You got to know your product. You got to know what you're working on. That's it. So now I'm going to take the blue. Just going to get this all wet and do the same thing. Some of it will turn to purple, some of it will remain blue. That's okay. Then we can turn it and spray it. And see, when they mix, they get this dusky purple color going on. And now, if you like the over the leaves, you can leave that. Sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. I just kind of figure it out as I go along. Kind of work it out, and then if I want it to be more that dusky purple color, I'll go in and pick up more red, blend it in there. Oh, how pretty is that? How pretty is that purple? Yeah, you guys are seeing that. Then, you know, you just take it and let it run. And get this dark, moody purple going on. Isn't that pretty? And then I'll pick up some. Look at that moody purple right there. I'll fade it out. Now I'm going to do the same thing over here. I'm going to take some of this blue. Some of it remain blue, some of it'll become purple. I'm just going to let it do what it wants to do. Oops, a little out of screen there. Oh, let me zoom out because I'm definitely too close. Because I'm getting out of shot for you guys. Okay, there we go. It's probably a little bit better. It's a little bit too close. I don't have anybody screaming at me like on the live show. You're too close, you're too far. So, and this, now this, it's a little on the blue side, and that's okay. I can kind of pick that up. I can leave that blue, mix it in there. Still got a shot. Okay. Sorry about that, folks. Again, I'm trying to stay in shot here. Well, if you want to keep more of the white, you can keep more of the white by just dabbing up the. I like the stains. I like the color coming through. But you can always definitely do what I'm doing here. Just pick it up if you want more of the white to stay. And then just keep your colors at the edges here. You know, if you really want it really dark at the edge, you know. Go on a little more blue maybe. Really bring that blue in. Okay. Turn it around. I like the stained bits here and stained bits there. Some I don't like. So go around and fix what I don't like. Yeah, that looks pretty. I like that. Right up there, maybe. Okay. Maybe tip it. Just the paint up here. Okay, so now we're going to do the same thing over here. We're going to get that dark purple, but I'm going to start up here with the blue. So it kind of, I like to cradle my work, if that makes sense. So I'm going to go in here and rinse my brush, get some more of the blue, good portion of blue here. Get a nice true color. I'm going to start with the blue, really bring in that blue. Then I'm going to wet it a little bit. And I'm going to bring in that red or the pink. Really purple it up right in here. See how I'm bringing that purple down into the corner here? And I'll go in and I'll just dab a little bit. Bring it out through here. Leave this a little bit blue. Bring it in a little bit. Dab it up. So lighten it, but it's there. Then I'm going to get a white bee. Oh, no, actually, we could just kind of like this. There we go. Sorry about that. Check my phone. Try not to do that too much during the videos, but sometimes it's just going to be required. Okay, so I'm going to lighten that up so we have some lighter areas, some darker areas. Yeah, so I like that. I like the, so let's fade out our line here. It's not so sharp. All right. All right, so that's what we've got. I like that. Okay. So now going to just dab up any wet color that's there. And then we're done with the watercolors. So now we're going to bring our flowers more into the focal point. You know, we don't want them, they kind of, the leaves and the flowers kind of get lost. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and I'm going to fully dry this. And then when we come back, I'll show you, we'll bring the flowers and leaves forward and we'll do a little bit of mark making and then we'll be done. Okay, see ya in a minute. Okay, it's totally dry now. Oh, let me get out. I gotta sharpen my pencil. Where are my? Move that over there for a second. My sharpener. Bear with me. I guess I should have checked this before I turned the camera back on, right? It's always helpful. But I didn't. Apologize for that. Okay, so I just got my water brush. It's full of water. And what I do is I just come around here and I don't shade everywhere. Just kind of shade little bits here and there. Like I won't go around these whole leaves because I don't want it to look like it's outlined. I just come in here and just shade a little bit. This bark pencil is a real nice shader, especially for flowers. Unless I was going to shade with my watercolors. And these ink tints are ink pencils. So they're permanent once they're dry. And you're going to see that this pencil is just going to pop right up. Or this pencil, this flower is just going to it's just going to pop right up off the page once I finish shading with this pencil. I want to make sure you guys can see. So go around here. You might hear my grandbaby in the background. He's in the other room. He's probably just woke up from his nap. I'll just bring this out a little bit. And try not to get it on the flower. You gotta catch this fast because once it soaks in, it's permanent. So this takes a while. So I won't do all of this on camera, but I just wanted to show you guys how I shade flowers usually in my mixed media work. I like this bark pencil. It is super pretty. It's not a black. It's not a brown. It's got like a little bit of a purple hue to it. It's just a really nice shader when it comes to flowers. Yeah, and you can already see how the flower is just popping up from the background. You're just giving it some shadows, and especially in the little crevice areas. I like that. I'll just bring out the ink from those little crevice areas, and it just gives a little bit of shadow. I'm going to finish the rest of this offline, and then if I have any spots or anything to show you, I will come back and I'll show you, but I'll definitely come back at the end. I'm going to finish going around the different spots here and show you what it looks like in the end. And then if you guys have any questions about my processes in these Chronicles videos, don't hesitate to email me or look me up, or email me or put them in the comments below. I'm going to try to make sure that every video has my links in the comments section. So I'm going to go offline and finish this and come back, and then we'll go from there. Okay? I'll see you in just a few minutes. Okay, so I'm back and show you some of the shadowing I did. It's not real heavy, just a little bit to give it a little bit of shading. You can make it as heavy as you want. And so then for the final thing that I'm going to do to this one, put my stuff away, number one. Let's see, is I am going to get out my watercolor pencil here, and I think I'm just going to do black. I thought I might have do a different multicolor, but I'm just going to do black. And I'm just going to take some clean water here. This is just one of my watercolor jars, and I'm just going to dip the tip, not real far, just a little bit, and this just activates the pencil, and I'm just going to, do some little marks. And again, take off the excess, and it just makes it nice and dark, and then you can also take a water brush, but I just find this is just a little bit easier. You don't want to wet the whole barrel, because you don't want to get it water. You don't want to, because it is wood, right? So you don't want to wreck the wood. And I'm just going to make some marks here. Nothing real heavy. And I'm just kind of just going around, just making some marks. Just some nice dark black marks on here. Guess it kind of looks like rain a little bit. And you can make squigglies. I mean, you could do this through a stencil if you make the pencil lead thin enough. I just think it adds a little something to it. Well, I don't know, little mixed media somethings. These are very, very good. A little on the expensive side, but these are a little more permanent when dry. These Faber-Castell Albert Dürer by Faber-Castell watercolor pencils. So they're really nice to work with. I like them. They're my favorite watercolor pencils. Yeah. But I like to make them soluble first, and then put them on the paper. Oops. Okay. I think that's good. Alright, so that's it. That's it for this one. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, let me know in the comments if there's anything you want to see. I will link up the last episode on this one if you didn't catch it, and maybe the first two videos, so you can see those. The series will be logged in the mini-series playlist, so you can play along. So if you miss one a week, then you can catch up to it. They'll all be there for you. So again, if there's anything you want to see or any questions or that, you can either email me or put it in the comments section, and I'll sort it out and I'll do a video on it. All right, guys. Talk to you later. Bye.